Who had their hand up over here? Nobody? Councillor O'Connor?
Mr. Chair, if the mover and the seconder would consider making a friendly amendment to this, I'd like to add after March the 30th, 2013, and that a meeting schedule be developed stating time, date, and location. And the reason I'm doing that, we heard very clearly today that the meetings were not on the schedule, and I think it's very hard today for anybody to be called in a couple days and be expected to attend a meeting. So I just put it there so everybody is aware of the date, the time, and the location of the meetings if they so desire to want to attend.
I'm going to have to ask Cliff or our lawyer, Matt, are we allowed to direct the committee? Like, I don't think we can do this. We can ask the committee, but we can't direct the committee. If this goes back to the committee, and they say
so
no.
Then add and consideration for a meeting schedule to be developed stating.
Ask the committee to provide a list of meeting dates well in advance for the next year or whatever.
Right.
I think that's our role. Our role isn't to direct the committee. Mr. Curtis?
If I can perhaps clarify, the FWAC, the Environmental, the Energy from Waste Advisory Committee is convened for a specific purpose. Mm-hmm. It was mandated by the Ministry of the Environment as to its constitution, at least the number of people that make it up and who they are, and it was quite clear that they're dealing with specific issues. So as the information is assembled for the reports that we have to make to the Ministry of the Environment, it's run by this committee, and they comment on it. Their comments are taken into consideration when it's forwarded to the Ministry of the Environment. The issue with setting specific dates for that committee this far in advance is we're not 100% sure until a month or so before the meeting exactly when the information is going to be pulled together, so they actually have something to deal with at the meeting rather than just convening just because. So it's more driven by the product that they have to review than by a regular calendar date.
But isn't it easier to have a schedule put on the website and if the meeting is canceled,
well,
then
we're going to be damned if we do, damned if we don't. If the meetings get canceled or rescheduled, that will be seen as some kind of a conspiracy as well. I would much prefer that we give reasonable notice so that people can attend the meetings and that they deal with the issues as the material is coordinated so they have something they can actually deal with.
I have a subsequent question. We heard today through the deputation about the issuing of 3 incorrect, if I've got it down correctly, air pollution monitoring figures. Can you remind me? I might have heard this and have forgotten about it, but what happened that those figures got incorrectly? I'll
answer it in a little bit of a roundabout way.
Okay.
The certificate of approval for the plant has not changed. It has not been revised. It's Covanta's responsibility to come up with the internal air monitoring program that will match the certificate of approval to the satisfaction of the Ministry of the Environment. As part of that mandate, they had their consultant, Golder, put together a draft air monitoring plan, which was vetted through committee, through my staff, and sent to the Ministry of the Environment. It turned out in one of the tables there were clerical errors on the 3 items. Once those were identified, it was corrected, and a revised draft has been submitted to the Ministry of the Environment. So it's not a conspiracy. I typify it as a clerical...
I didn't say it was.
Clerical, well, some people do. But clerical error that has since been corrected. But the certificate of approval and the criteria that we have to perform to have never been revised.
Okay, thank you.